name's Jaimie.
And I'm Laurie.
And we run a self-love brand called We Are Living Cute.
This is our everybody photo shoot day. We have brought together 16 incredible people to show a true representation of Australian bodies.
We really wanted to create an inclusive shoot because it's really hard to find campaigns that are truly inclusive.
We just want to show these big companies that if we can do it, then you really have no excuse.
It's all about empowering people to be the best version of themselves and be comfortable in their own skin, and that's really why we created We Are Living Cute.
I am a woman with a disability. I was born with a condition called arthrogryposis multiplex congenita. It's quite rare. My self-love journey has included being a Paralympian for a long time. Now I feel like this incredible 35-year-old woman that can do whatever I want because my body gives me exactly what I need. It's hugely important to me to be represented in the media. People with disabilities are not represented as much as a lot of us would like. Most importantly, represent us because we are amazing people doing our thing, not because we have disabilities.
I'm someone who suffered from quite extreme anorexia, and I am a survivor of having an eating disorder. I recovered and I learned to love myself, and it's been many, many years, but it has been the most rewarding thing that I have ever done. It's nice to see what bodies really look like in the wild, instead of this very pre-packaged, prepared idea that is sold to us and given to us.
I am transgender, so I transitioned from male to female, and is still something new to me. Life isn't about finding yourself, it's about creating yourself. A big reason why I do what I do is for visibility for trans people. I feel like it would have made my childhood and teen years much more easier if I had more people that look like me.
I'm in my 40s and my self-love journey, I think it started when I was young. Polynesian family, big beautiful women, and I've just brought it into me growing up. So yeah, I've embraced it my whole life.
I am 6'4". I had no choice but to be really tall. In high school, I copped a lot of flack, and I don't think it's fair to say that I necessarily love my body all of the time, but it's my body and it carries me and it delivers me experiences. There is a huge lack of super tall women in the media. Apart from models, it's actually magic for me when I see other tall women. I'm just oh, it's someone that looks like me. So that's why it's important, yeah.
As a child, I was quite overweight and spent most of my childhood being bullied. After high school, I lost that weight and I really saw how people treated me differently. I was disgusted by it, and I think now it's so important to just be yourself and appreciate who you are, because I spent so much of my life trying to be someone else and trying to be liked and not bullied that I just lost who I was. I'm an alternative person. I'm obviously not your average everyday looking girl, and I don't have the most perfect body in the world. I just think that beauty standards are just still in 2019 so ridiculously warped.
I have always struggled with my size, and also feeling that I wasn't enough. I had decided that I was going to get my breasts reduced because I felt they were too big, and that's what made me feel big. What my breasts have done for me, fed my children, all those sorts of things, what my body does for me every day, and I realised that I don't need to change anything, that I am good enough as I am. My body is amazing, serves me well. Women of my age don't often get to do lingerie shoots.
Much of my self-love journey has really sort of been based on what I see around me. So growing up, first generation Australian in my family, so when all you see is, these beautiful women, but size 8, blonde, white, it's very hard. You sort of think, oh, why am I not beautiful? And sort of growing up like that, it's been pretty tough for me. So only in the last couple of years when I got into sort of modelling and stuff, I started to sort of see that there was other types of beautiful. So that's why representation is so important.
I've suffered from, dealt with, lived with mental health issues for the past 10 years, which has been a very life-changing experience. I am more confident than I was. A huge part of that was due to Instagram. Seeing people who look like me, who have mental health issues, who deal with similar things and are so open about them as well, it changes your entire outlook. I am a person who can take up space, and I deserve to take up that space.
I'm a size 18.
I'm a size 22.
And honestly, you just don't see that many campaigns, even the plus size brands. It's like the smallest version of plus size you could possibly have.
We want you to be able to look at these 16 people and say, that person looks like me, or that person reminds me of me, or that person makes me feel represented. And that was the goal of today. You are valid and you are important, and it's not you that's wrong, it's these fucking brands.
I think of how different my childhood would have been looking at magazines and actually seeing someone who looked like me. It would have saved myself so much self-hate and self-sabotage, feeling like I wasn't good enough.
Absolutely.
And we don't want anyone else to feel like that. We want to lift people up and show them that it's okay to love who you are.
I had always kind of thought that I wasn't perfect the way I was. I felt like I grew up with society conditioning me to think that when I lose weight, I'm allowed to be happy. I just decided that like 26 years was too long on this planet to just let stupid things like my weight hold me back. I don't love myself yet, but I'm trying my best every day, and I'm not letting anything hold me back anymore. I've never really seen anything like this. I feel like I've seen a lot of brands and movements and stuff try and kind of like dip their toes in the water, but this is just like next level, just really appreciating every single body. Young girls are going to see this and feel represented, which I never saw when I was growing up, so I just feel so honoured to be a part of it.
Growing up as a woman of colour in a very white country was very difficult for me, and my dad is Jamaican, my mum is Mauritian, so she's also not as dark as I am, so a lot of my journey has been something that I've had to go alone. Learning a lot about choosing more for myself and knowing that I deserve the very best. It's always a journey, and there's always more to learn and more to love. When the Black Panther movie came out, I've always known being represented is important, but when that movie came out, I was like, oh my God. And I was like, imagine if I was a child seeing superheroes that look like me. I can't imagine how that would be for a child to see that.
I am disabled. I use mobility aids. Sometimes my condition is invisible, sometimes I need to use crutches, sometimes I need to use a wheelchair if I'm out for long periods of time. I'm also trans, I'm non-binary, and I go by they, them pronouns. And I think it's really important that especially like young kids have someone in the media that is like them. With my disability or chronic illness, sometimes I get symptoms that cause me to lose large amounts of weight very rapidly. It is very confronting adjusting to a new body shape so suddenly. Whether I've got a feeding tube in my nose or I'm this weight or that weight, trying to adjust to my new normal, whatever weight that may be.
As someone that is so much a part of this industry, whether it's modelling or performing or acting, whatever, I grew up not really seeing anyone like me. There is so much an element of self-doubt, self-worth, self-confidence when you don't see someone that's kind of like you. We're really pushing for diversity, and I'm so happy to see that.
I'm a mum of 4 beautiful kids who I adore and love. Never really had much time for me. You don't see people who look like us or me in the media. Everyone's just so perfect, aren't they? A lot of us mums aren't that way. I'm here to make my daughter proud of me. This is what I want. Because I'm so proud of her. We'll get there.
Yes, you will.
We'll get there.
Being here today has been amazing. Oh my gosh. Seeing all these people, these amazing bodies, and everyone being so confident, happy, and proud. Someone takes a photo and everyone's cheering. It's fantastic.
It's incredibly important to see yourself in the media, to see what's possible for yourself.
It's so important to portray more realistic people. We've taken a long time to get just where we are now, and we've still got such a long journey to go.
Everyone wants to be represented.
I want everybody to feel comfortable in their own skin.
We want to change the media. We want positive change. We want representation, inclusivity, and to make people feel seen. You are loved and you are valued. We are everybody.